Well, back here, a woman who spent much of her career dedicated to cleaning up the St. Louis River is running for county board. Kris Eilers announced her campaign for St. Louis County's District 1 seat yesterday, which includes Duluth's Park Point, Hillside, Chester Bowl, and Duluth neighborhoods. Eilers has been the executive director for the St. Louis River Alliance since 2015. And she says amid recent federal actions, she's running to protect the environment, fight against corporate influence, and push for increased transparency and community input.
Through local protections and commitment to transparency, elected officials must refuse to sign non-disclosure agreements and ban them at the state and local level, including immediately banning them here in St. Louis County.
Well, some on the St. Louis County Board have received criticism recently for signing non-disclosure agreements, or NDAs, regarding the proposed Hermantown Data Center project. And that includes Commissioner Annie Harala, who currently represents that District 1 seat and is also seeking re-election this November. In her campaign announcement back in January, Harala said she's running for a second term to continue work on infrastructure, homelessness response, and cross-county collaboration. If more candidates enter this race, there could be a primary in August.